Great.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. We are so excited. We have our live Clubhouse going right now, and we also have everybody joining us on Zoom. So thank you for joining us. We are going to jump right into some social trends for 2022. I'm going to start sharing my screen here. Give me just a moment. All right. So we'll go to the beginning here. All right. So for anybody joining us right now, my name is Jasmine.
I am Callie.
And we are Social Guru for You. We did this webinar today because we have been learning a lot of different trends. We've been really submerging into what is best for all of our clients for 2022. And we want to bring you guys some action-packed, really great knowledge that you guys can use and apply to your own businesses. So thank you again for joining us. If there's anybody that's going to be in the queue, I will maybe pause every couple minutes to make sure that we're letting them in. But we're going to jump right in and get started. So leveraging social media to boost your business in 2022. Where to start? These are the topics we're going to go over today. Digital customer service, sharing your story, community building, social commerce, and platform-specific trends. And just so you guys know, you guys will get this full recording and you will get access to this presentation as well.
And we will have time for questions at the end.
Absolutely. Okay, so first things first is share your story, period. This is one of the biggest trends that we see for 2022. It's been something we've been preaching for the past 2 years now, but now more than ever, sharing your story and being real and authentic and who you are and bringing that to your digital realm is more important now than ever. It's going to be your key factor to success for your business, and it's going to be how your customers find you and engage with you and really taking those consumer relationships to the next level. So obviously you want to be authentically you, you want to share your story. We always say relationships build trust, trust leads to sales. You don't just walk into a business meeting or any type of event and just start pitching yourself. You really tend to those relationships and you engage and you learn about that person before you just give them a cold hard sell. So it's same thing applies to your social channels. You really want to create those true relationships that will in turn lead to sales.
Absolutely. Your consumers want to find something that they can connect with you on. That's what they're looking for. And you need to be able to do that in a short amount of time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very short, like very, very short.
Like 30 seconds or less.
Yes. Okay, the next biggest trend, and if we're going too fast, again, I know we're running through a lot fairly quickly, but we want to give you guys as much information as possible, and you can always refer back to this whenever you need to. So, and again, write down any questions you have, we will answer them at the end. So, digital customer service. This is something that we preach 24/7. It is something that is important to all of our clients. It is something that we apply to every single one of our strategies. And it truly is literally your digital presence through your digital marketing, like taking how you make your customers feel in your brick and mortar business and applying that to your social media strategy is a game changer. If somebody comments on your post, if somebody inquires to you about your services, you want that instant connection. You want that instantaneous response. You want your customers to feel that experience through the digital realm. In 2022, you guys, not replying to an inquiry within 20 minutes is considered unprofessional. Having those relationships and having the strategic communication set up between your customers in every aspect, your website, you should have your chat bubbles connected. So go on socialguruforyou.com right now. We have our automated message that pops up that says, thank you so much for coming to our website today. What can we help you with? A few minutes later, another message will pop up. Are you looking for something specific today? And to somebody that might seem salesy, but to somebody who's actually looking for your services, you're guiding them along that journey and you're making their decision process a lot easier, which in turn is going to help you get that sale or get that lead or push your products, whatever you're trying to do. So having those systems set in place is going to get you the results that you're looking for. What can you do? You can engage back with your social media followers. So again, if they commenting back, even if it's a smiley face emoji, liking that comment and then making sure that you respond
it makes the world a difference.
It really does. People love, we live
Connection.
in an egotistical world. If they give you a comment, they want something back. They want that recognition. And if you give it to them, it makes them feel good, right? And so social media is meant to build connections and have everybody kind of working together and sharing that emotion. So if you can apply those to your digital strategy, it's going to be a complete game changer. Let's see here. I want to make sure we have somebody joining. Carrie. Right. Hi, Carrie. All right, so we are live on Clubhouse. I just want to give you a quick little rundown of what's going on really quickly. And we are live on Zoom here too, so you can see our screen. And if you cannot, okay. All right, everybody on Clubhouse, just 1 second. We have a new joinee on our Zoom. I want to make sure that she can see our screen. All right. I'm not sure if she saw that come up, but thank you so much for joining, Carrie. So we are right now talking about digital customer service and how this can really help you accelerate your brand for 2022. What does that mean? That means that you can apply digital messaging, social media, automated messaging, engaging with your consumers, and really just creating those true, authentic relationships with your consumers. You want, and we just kind of covered this, so I'm just giving you a little synopsis of the last slide that we were on, but basically you want to have the same customer experience that you have when your customers walk into your brick and mortar store applied to your social media channels. So getting them to enroll and engage every step of the way, and making sure that if somebody comments or if they inquire via a DM on Instagram, you don't want to leave that customer hanging out there. You want to make sure that you are driving them where they need to go and that their questions are answered. This is something that is literally, if you don't have digital customer service in 2022, you're not going to be successful with what you are doing, especially through your digital channels. People want to feel the connection and they want to feel you. So applying small little things, again, engaging on your profiles every day, which we will talk about here in just a minute, but digital customer service and having your guidance and your chat bubbles and your automated messages all set up to make sure that no customer gets left behind is really going to be something that we truly recommend that you apply for 2022. Okay, so now we just said we're going to talk about engagement, and this is something, if you are not engaging on your social media profiles, you need to start doing this today. This is something that you can easily start applying to your social media strategy, and the results, you guys, once you start doing this, you're going to see the momentum and you're going to see your follower account grow. You're going to see your engagement rate grow. You are really building your community by engaging with your audience. Okay, so one biggest trend for 2022 is creating community within your brand. If you aren't creating community, you're posting and ghosting, and odds are you don't get any likes on your photos, you're not getting engagement, and you're not building that connection, right? So like we just talked about, connection is what people want more than ever right now, especially, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, having these set in stone is going to make you way more successful. So social media is the name, engagement is the game. There are so many different engagement strategies that we apply that we've actually created, we've tested, and we have proven strategies, and they work, you guys. So right now, what we're going to talk about is something that we have, again, created, and we're giving to you at such a free value that we really hope that you take this and apply it after today. And I know that you guys on Clubhouse, you cannot see our presentation right now, but again, everybody who has sent in their email through our subscription, you will get access to this towards the end, right at the end of our presentation here, and you will also get the recording too. So thank you guys again. Okay, so stop posting and ghosting. Social media is meant to be social. Engagement tips and strategies. 3 different engagement strategies that we apply and we use every single day for all of our clients to keep that consistent growth and to reach new audiences. This is exactly how you can do that with 0 paid advertising, you guys. This is something that you can really do. It is a little time consuming, 10 to 20 minutes a day, but
in the same breath, that's not
a lot.
No,
No,
it's very manageable. And if this is something you feel like, I really can't dedicate this, then you need to make an employee, or you need to find someone in your company or business that can take this on for you, because it can be so small but so beneficial to your overall digital marketing strategy.
Absolutely. Okay, so first strategy is newsfeed engagement. We all know typically what this is. So when you open up your Instagram app or your Facebook app, engaging with the posts that come up on your newsfeed. This is typical engagement. This is what most people do when they are engaging. So this is a great way to, again, make those connections. Like almost every photo, if it's relevant and you open up your newsfeed, like these photos, really get that engagement going. The more that you put out, the more that you're going to get, and across all social media. Same thing, more posts that you put out, the more engagement you're going to get. But truly, when you're on your newsfeed and if you're engaging, don't just like, okay? Take that one step further and give a really nice comment. So absorb what that person put out there and take a step further to really make that connection. If you don't have time, leave an emoji. That's a great way to engage as well. It might be a not the best comment, but again, it is the thought that counted, and you are putting yourself in that realm of making that connection. So that person gets that notification, they get it up and they feel good. So it doesn't matter always what you're saying, but if you wanted to really take that one step further, really taking the time to put in the thought of what they're talking about. Maybe you're adding another layer to that conversation, or maybe you're putting your opinion in, or maybe you're really saying, this is a really amazing post. Like, thank you so much for sharing. Things like that make people feel so connected to you as a brand and you as a whole. And again, what you put out, you will reap the benefits as well. So the more that you're doing that, the better. Another engagement strategy with commenting specific, which we don't have on our list here. If you are in a specific niche market, or if you are trying to reach new markets, one way to do that is to comment on people's posts that have a high following within your niche or within whatever you do. So like, for instance, for us, for digital marketing, if like Gary Vee, if you guys don't know who he is, he's somebody who's very into digital marketing and marketing in general. If we go comment on Gary Vee's posts, all of his following sees Social Guru for You commenting on that post. If we have a relevant comment, or if we're bringing value where value should be brought, or our expertise to the table to get that connection, people love that. And that is something that you can, again, you're reaching other people's audiences by just engaging. Okay, that means like 100, 200,000 people that follow Gary Vee see our comment. Doesn't mean we're always going to get engagement, but it's all about making those connections and those relationships. And the more that you do that, you're building your web to then pitch or sale or whatever it is you're trying to promote. So engaging builds those connections, which builds those relationships, will in turn lead to sales. And it's, I was gonna say, and it's all about doing it in the most tasteful way, because if you do it right, when you do have your pitch, or when you're trying to drive traffic to your website, it is done in such a natural way that people are willing to engage, and you've brought them along your journey. So when you do sell, it's natural. It's not something that you're like in your face, shoving it down their throat. It's something that's very engaging and enrolling.
Absolutely. Don't be scared to bring value, guys. Whatever you, as Jasmine mentioned, whatever you put out there is going to come back to you tenfold.
Exactly.
So share as much value as possible.
Comment on everything and you will have amazing results.
Absolutely.
So newsfeed engagement and commenting is a really great way. Another thing that we don't have on this list as well is replying to people's stories. You guys, stories are the ephemeral content that are on Instagram and Facebook that are right at the top. It's the circle thing that has the little line around it. Those all at the top of your app, those are ephemeral. So they go around, or they leave the stories within 24 hours. And they're meant to be like real, in the moment, what's happening, behind the scenes kind of content. And somebody that took the time to post their stories, they want to show their audience what they're doing. So one way to make that connection quickly is to reply to somebody's stories. So if somebody makes a story, again, this is all generic, but it could be a client maybe potentially downtown. If they made a story and Social Guru for You commented on it, and like replied to their story, they get that notification. And again, it's in real time. So this is even one step further than just commenting on their post. It's they just posted within 24 hours and we are in real time commenting back. So the relativity and the connection is even one step further because of that factor. So definitely reply to stories. They have preset emojis that you can like do fire, 100, all the great emojis. So little things like that. Again, it's all about the connections.
Right.
So one of our favorite things that we do, and this is worked across the board, we call it our explore page engagement or title targeting engagement. What is that? That is you actively searching, whether it's your industry, whether it's a certain type of targeted person you're trying to reach, a geographical market. Getting in your explore page on Instagram is going to help you reach new people by searching the type of individuals you want to look for. So for instance, one of our clients is Sledgehammer Group World Headquarters here in Petoskey. We help them reach new distributors with wastewater treatment, excavation, contractors, engineers, landscape architects. One way that we have grown their business is by engaging and searching for those individuals. So we will actually go onto the search with Instagram, type in excavation, and we will search all of the excavation companies that are all across the United States and all across the world. We will then take that one step further and go engage with their accounts. Okay. And then we'll take that one step further. And once they follow us, we will send them a digital customer service message that says, thank you so much for following Sledgehammer Group World Headquarters. We are the leaders in wastewater treatment technology. We would love to speak with you if you ever need an alternative to what you're currently doing for your wastewater treatment. Bam. If they don't respond, no big deal. Doesn't matter. They're still following you and engaging. And the more that you engage, they're going to be interested in what it is that you have going on. Absolutely. And we have generated over $500,000 for this company by doing things just like this. This engagement strategy is lucrative and it works. So taking that one step further and applying that to whatever it is that you're doing. Right. If you are selling a product and you're trying to reach a new market, look for the people in those markets. Type in Grand Rapids and look for those individuals in that area and engage with them. You can do this on LinkedIn. You can do this on Facebook. You guys, you can really take it one step further and be strategic on who you're trying to reach. Right. And it is literally the most amazing results. And this is all organic. This is without paying for advertising. Right. So it's you doing the due diligence of your targeting, and you know your customer more than anybody else. So if you can get in there and do this, this is time that you're investing, but no dollars. But the more that you do this, you're creating consistency and momentum. And that when the momentum kicks in and you keep consistent with your posting and you're engaging, the results are insane, especially if you are being strategic on reaching those new markets and those new audiences. So explore page engagement or title targeting engagement is one way that we have seriously grown a lot of businesses organically with no paid advertising. We do paid advertising very well. We're really good at targeting. We love targeting. It's great. Obviously, you get your ads on your phone on Instagram all the time of your algorithms, and they know what you like. So, and we know how to do the targeting for that. But really taking the organicness of it as well is has such a higher powerful ROI because it's an ad versus organic. So you know when you are seeing a displayed paid ad, you know that you're being targeted. So even if you do like that product, sometimes it is distasteful because you are getting targeted for that product. But if you're doing it in an engaging way through social media, you're really building the connection. So that's the difference between paid and organic. And this is all organic. Okay, last strategy. I know this is a lot, but this is one of the biggest trends that people don't talk about that can be so lucrative for all businesses.
And again, 10 to 20 minutes a day. It does not have to be a whole production, 2 hours, 5 hours. If you can, amazing. But most definitely just carving out that time frame in your day is extremely important.
Yes. And to that, honestly, you guys, if you're posting, we highly recommend doing it before and after your post. So engage 5 minutes, before you do your post, and then engage 5 minutes after. One, what that does is it will boost you in the algorithm because you're engaging, and the faster that people engage with your post after you posted it, the more visibility you're going to get because you are boosting yourself in the algorithm by getting those instantaneous likes. So it's kind of a manipulation factor. If you're liking a few minutes before, all those people that saw your notifications come in are going to go look at your profile or follow you, and the first post that they're going to see is the one that you just did.
Right.
And then if you re-engage after you post, it's kind of like a double whammy, and you're going to rebuild those connections again and again. It's going to be the first post that people see. If they follow you and you just posted, bam, it's going to be top of the algorithm. So that's just one way that you can boost that as well. And then to the title targeting engagement, hashtag engagement is kind of the same thing, but searching for the hashtags, hashtag Grand Rapids business, hashtag Grand Rapids hotels, hashtag Grand Rapids hospitality, or whatever you're trying to target, you can search for those things. So, and if you don't know this, hashtags are SEO, search engine optimization. The more that you use hashtags, and I know there's a lot of rumors going around saying that hashtags don't work, they work, you guys. On every single post on our analytics, we at least get, it used to be closer to 70%, it has gone down, but we at least get across the board 30% more views on all of our content because we use hashtags. Especially location-based hashtags, because people tagging those, the SEO kicks that in, and on Google, on Facebook, on Instagram, you will be visible in that area if you are using those hashtags. So especially geolocating and using the geographical hashtags.
And a pro tip for those geo hashtags, you can follow the hashtag itself, and that will integrate those Explore page posts into your personal newsfeed without you gaining or following more people. So your follower count won't go up, but you're integrating these posts that you want to see from different industry leaders in your profession that's going to be going into your newsfeed. So you can like and engage and comment with these people without having to actually follow them and grow your following
absolutely
number.
Which is really cool, because again, if somebody outside your network, just for you, for your personal experience, this is the best way for us to explain this, but if somebody outside your network comes and likes your post because you used hashtag Petoskey, which will happen a lot, honestly, because we have such a great community here and people are following that hashtag, that person is going to see your content, and if they like your content, they're going to engage with it. That in turn will build a following. So it's this whole engagement game to help you reach new audiences, again, that you can pitch to eventually and build those great connections that will in turn lead to sales. So biggest takeaway for today, if anything, is applying organic engagement to your all social media channels, LinkedIn, Facebook stories, Instagram Reels, as much as you can engage. Highly recommend doing it.
Carve out that time.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now Google My Business, and again, for everybody on Clubhouse, you don't have this in front of you. You will have access to this as soon as we finish up here, and you will have access to the live recording as well. So I'm going to kind of skim through a couple of these, but again, you will have this presentation. But if you are not on Google My Business, you guys, it is 2022.
You are left in the dark.
You guys, you are not a business if you are not on Google. It is, especially with our generation, you guys, as we are moving forward in time, you have to have a strong digital presence. You have to have, if I'm going to build a house and I can't find your work on your website, on Google, if I can't call you on Google, I'm not going to use you as an individual because I don't trust you, basically.
If you don't exist online, you don't exist.
100%. And unfortunately, we live in a really small community where there are a lot of people that are not online. And that's why people from this community search for services elsewhere, is because they can't find what they're looking for on Google. So just being present on Google, repurposing your social media content is a great place to utilize Google for. You can do your updates on Google. So again, Google is a big SEO machine, right? It is meant to bring visibility and boost presence, and it is what everybody uses to search everything. So the more content that you put onto your Google page, the more Google will benefit you for that. Okay, so updates every single day. You should be doing that. You should be, again, if your goal is to get more traffic and more customers, you need to be posting on Google daily. If you're not, your competitors could be, and they could be boosting their visibility. So one way to get to the top of the search engine on Google is to consistently be feeding Google content. And what's nice about this, you guys, is if you create a beautiful social media post, you can do your updates in Google My Business, just like social media, and you can repurpose that photo or that graphic or whatever you're posting. Videos don't really work so well in Google My Business, but photos and graphics, and then you can put in a caption. Okay, so just like you can in social media, you put your caption in your Google post called an update, and then to give that even more search engine optimization and to really give you the best possible bang for your buck, which is your time, is to literally put in SEO implementation into your caption. So keywords, what are your people searching? What people that are looking for your product or services, if they're searching a certain keyword or keyword phrase, you should be putting that into your captions, even on Instagram, even on Facebook. You guys, the more that you do that, the more your visibility is going to be ranked on Google.
Right.
And again, this also goes two different ways, because this also applies to your website. The more that you're updating your website, the more Google also notices that as well. And that will also boost you to the top of the visibility. So it's a two-part thing. Google My Business, updating that consistently, and updating your website with content, such as photos with alt tag descriptions, updating your verbiage or your copy on your website to implement different keywords that people are searching for. What else could you do? Updating like a news or a blog section. Yep. So creating, and I know it's a lot of work and it's cumbersome to do blogs, but the more blogs, and they can be short paragraphs, you guys, just little updates of what's happening at so-and-so, Social Guru for You news, Social Guru for You trends, any type of thing that can give you opportunity, share industry-wide knowledge, anything that you can do to share knowledge and implement keywords, what your people are searching for. Again, this is all organic, and this is a way that you can boost your presence by just doing the work. Okay, so that's a little bit about Google. Google loves Google. Update it as much as you can. If you have
the more you're using it, the more it's going to use you.
Exactly. And if you have any questions on Google My Business, or you maybe you haven't verified your account, maybe you're having trouble verifying your account, send us a message. We would love to help you. This is something that, like, if we can help you just pro bono and get you this set up, this is something that like every business needs to have. So please contact us if you're having troubles with this. We want every business to be on Google My Business, especially if you're in this webinar right now. It would be a little embarrassing if you were on right now listening on Clubhouse and you didn't have that. So let us help you. We would love to do that. Okay. Instagram Reels and Instagram TV. We have done a few webinars on this itself. And we will actually be planning an in-person Instagram Reels interaction to be determined, but right now I believe it's going to be March 24th at the Marriott Hotel here in Petoskey. It's going to be an in-person event, and we're going to actually teach everybody how to create an Instagram Reel. Super cool. It's going to be super interactive, and it's going to be amazing. So we will give you guys an update on that, so stay tuned. But how can you reach new markets and reach new audiences and boost your business in 2022? Video content. Imagine that. I know you've probably been hearing this for the past 5 years now, but now more than ever, you guys, you have to be in front of your audiences. And what better way to do that than video content? People want to see you. They want to absorb. They want to engage. They want to connect. Video content is the way to do that.
And like we said earlier, they're looking for something to connect with you on in less than almost 3 seconds. They want to have that connection with you. And why should I choose you? Why should I follow you, listen to you? Anything to give them a reason to say, hey, this person knows what they're talking about.
Exactly. Yep. 100%. And so there's a lot of different formats of video that you can do. Obviously there's longer format, which is like a YouTube channel, which Instagram TV is a feature that is very similar to YouTube. So if you are on YouTube, you should be repurposing your content to IGTV. IGTV, and on our little presentation here, again, all of you joining us on Clubhouse, you cannot see this right now, but you have the little TV icon when you open up the Instagram app and you go to your profile. That is your IGTV. So again, you can create mini series. You can get really creative with the type of content that you distribute to your IGTV. This might not be for everybody. That's okay. What we do highly recommend for a trend that you should be applying to your business in 2022 is short format content. So TikTok, Instagram Reels. Not everybody needs to be on TikTok. If you're on Instagram, you need to be applying Instagram Reels. This is the 15 to 30 second short format videos that are clipped together, that are fast absorbed absorbed by your users that really get engaging. You get to use your personality. You get to do a lot of different things and implement it in such a quick video that is just a really great way to share your services, share your story, share what's happening, share anything that's going on in the office, showcase how you do what you do best. There's a lot of different creative ways that you can do that. Again,
and it's authentic. It doesn't come off as a production. It's just you showing what you do.
Absolutely. And you can really get fun with it too. Not every brand is meant to be very humorous or comical. It really is dependent on like who you are, because there's also very tasteful ways that you can do Instagram reels.
Or the message you're trying to convey.
Yeah, it's all dependent on your brand and who you are, and portraying that in your short format content. So we get a lot of clients that come to us, and if we recommend short format content, they're like, well, do I have to dance? Do I have to get on TikTok? And we're like, no, like absolutely not. Like you should be doing what is specific to you. If you are not a dancer, or if that's not who you are, we're not going to put you in front of the camera and make you sell yourself by doing that. That just does not make sense. But selling you as you in the way that it needs to be shown to get your people to engage and enroll in being just truly authentic, like Cal just said, that is what people want. So no, you don't have to get out there and do any crazy dances or hop on the latest trends.
You just have to be you.
You just have to be you. And again, we'll go through this in our in-person training, but there's 3 parts to a really good Instagram reel or TikTok. It's you have your opener, you have your message, and then you have an end. So, and that can be 3 little clips together. It could be 2, but at least 2 clips to create a really good reel. And you can add text, you can add elements. There's so many different things that you can do. So highly recommend getting on Instagram and opening up the Reels section and just messing around with it. You guys, it is so user-friendly, and I have great confidence that anybody listening right now can figure it out if they spent an hour on it. So
you'll definitely be able to figure out at our interactive workshop that we will have coming up.
Jake actually just went up to the Marriott right now to get our room, so we will let you guys know as soon as we have that finalized. And then the last thing about short format content, you guys, which is probably the number one reason you should be doing it, other than to bring your personality and showcase who you are, is to reach new markets. So with Instagram Reels and with TikTok, the organic reach with these types of format of content is insane. We've had many videos go viral just within the past few weeks, and it literally was the most stupid, dumb, simple videos that people absorb and they love. And it is just like, we got 300 and something thousand views on a 10-second video of pouring wastewater treatment water out. And again, using the right hashtags, posting at the right time. It's insane how many people, we got like 100 some followers or 200 followers just from that one post. So creating that content in the short format way and feeding the algorithm that short format content, you're going to reach new audiences. And if you do a reel every single day, you will get so many followers. Like it is insane, and you will reach new markets. Yes, maybe they're not all going to be conversion, but again, you're building your network and you're building that community. So we highly recommend doing that. Okay. Live streaming in Clubhouse. Ooh, imagine that. We're on Clubhouse right now. So live streaming, you guys, is that one step further of that real in it to win it interaction that is so live, and you're here, you're in the moment. Clubhouse is basically a live podcast, as Callie has said. So that's the best way to describe it. Is so we are live on audio right now. We are live on Zoom right now. And together we're reaching 2 different markets, right? So what's nice about Clubhouse and other live streaming formats is to complete the opposite of the short format content. People also really love, now we're moving into a trend of just that real, raw, long format content. So just as much so as your short format is important, if you have something relative that you could apply this to your business to, great. If it's something that might not be beneficial to you, ponder on it for later, because what for us in digital marketing, Clubhouse is our jam. It is something that like we get to share our expertise with people all the time. We get to start our rooms, and we get to really reach new audiences and reach new people daily by opening up these rooms and just having a open format for people to come and listen to what we have to say about social media, about digital marketing. And it gives us that opportunity to drive traffic to our website, drive traffic to our Instagram. And there's so many different live format streaming that you can do. So Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Ustream, Vimeo. You guys, there's so many different ways that you can apply this to your specific business. Again, this is a little bit not meant for everybody, but if you have something that you can talk about, a product, a service, inform your community, we'd highly recommend implementing something along the lines of a Clubhouse or a live stream where you can reach these new markets, and really share your knowledge and your expertise, which again, you build your credibility and your trust that will in turn lead to sales. There's a lot of live streaming going on within the tech industry right now, which is something kind of why we're jumping on the train and we're really implementing it for ourselves. But if you guys are interested in running any live events, or if you have not gone Facebook Live, or if you have not done any live streaming, we would love to help you. It's something that we are passionate about, and it's a live show, right? Like we're here, we're in it, and it can be super fun and it can be super interactive. So think about this one. This is definitely a trend that's moving forward. Facebook is opening audio rooms. We actually have a couple connections.
On that though, if you're someone that's really like, I can't get in front of the camera, I can't do that, I can't not go live, really start with Clubhouse. It's the audio based, it's you're making that connection. You don't have to have the camera in front of you. You can really just sit there. You can have your notes, you can have everything, and you can really just dive in and have these conversations with people that you wouldn't connect with on a normal basis. So I think definitely start with Clubhouse. Don't deter from one of the two. If you're really, I cannot get in front of the camera, I don't want to have that, then definitely start with Clubhouse. Start with the audio, work your way from there, and before you know it, you're going live every day.
Yep, absolutely. And that, because that can be a little nerve-wracking. Going live on Facebook, going live with video and all the things, and then you have people joining, and then you don't know what's going on.
Especially if you have gone from not doing that at all to, oh, we have to do this all the time. How do you make that transition? So,
and live streaming across all platforms, you guys, just so you know, it does boost you to the top of the algorithm. So if you go live on Instagram boosts out that notification to your whole audience. If you go live on Facebook, it boosts that notification out to your whole audience. It'll say Jasmine Turner is live right now, and then people will start joining. So just
it's, so you know.
Yes, it can be a very intense thing. So Callie is right. It's starting with like an audio format such as Clubhouse is a great way to start getting into that. To that point, LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook, all three right now are doing their beta testing for audio rooms. So Clubhouse might be the only audio live format right now, but there are beta testing going on. We have a couple of friends that work at Facebook, yada yada, that are actually implementing this right now, and they're using it day to day to test it and see if it's going to be beneficial across those platforms. So again, audio will be applied to hopefully on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn within the next, I don't know, few weeks. I know you might have seen them turning it on and off. We did a Facebook audio. I haven't done a LinkedIn or a Twitter, but you can see it sometimes at the top. You'll see it pop up and it will say join an audio room, but they're messing with it, so it's not always there right now. But live streaming, definitely a trend for 2022. Okay, now we're going to get into the juicy stuff, you guys. Social commerce, what is it? Why should you be using it? If you aren't selling a good or service, this might not be really the best thing for you. So just hang tight until we kind of get past this section. But social commerce, and we have a really great blog on our website about social commerce. So you can go on socialguruforyou.com. It is amazing, extensive blog on what this is and how you can apply it to your business. But social commerce, you guys, is shopping through social media. So obviously now, you know, Facebook has their shops, Instagram has their shops. You can literally buy anything on social media. You can search for the products, you can search through the different shops and the different stores. But this is meant for making your consumer shopping experience easier, faster, and more convenient.
While they want connection, they want convenience. So if they can
get
all of that in one stop, That's what they're going to do.
They're happy. And we all have experienced this as users ourselves. I know that you've seen stuff come up on Instagram, come up on Facebook, you know about the targeted ads, in which you can apply advertising to your products on your page.
Yes, your phone is listening to you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, people. PSA.
Oh, man. But yeah, so social commerce is really helping that customer journey, right? So instead of posting a product where you would have to do this prior on Facebook, if you post a product, you put your link in and you drive your traffic. Well, now instead of doing that with your social media post, they can actually shop your post. So, and you can set it up different ways where either they can go to the shopping cart on Facebook, which Facebook wants you to stay on Facebook, or you can drive traffic to your Shopify or your e-commerce store. So social commerce truly is only meant for people right now that are selling products via Shopify or e-commerce or their website. But this is a great tool to sell those products and push those products in different avenues on top of your social media posting. So you can have your shop and be posting and tagging your products, which we'll also talk about in just a minute. But social commerce, you guys, if you have a goods or service, you need to get your shopping cart connected. You need to get your catalog created, and you need to start posting and sharing and maybe even boosting a few of your products to reach those specific people. So you can be the one boosting those advertisements, such as the phone listening.
Connection and convenience. Remember that.
Yes. Okay. So to that point, now we have the Facebook and Instagram Manager Suite. So not to be confused, and we didn't have time to throw this in there, but there's also now the Commerce Suite, which I will touch on in just a minute in the next slide. But so Facebook and Instagram, you guys, they have connected. So Instagram bought out Facebook. They are now one, two different platforms, but very much so integratable. The last 6 months, we have had so many Facebook technicalities that we have worked through and learned, and it has been because of all of these different things unfolding. So the way and getting into your business manager suite can be a task. So if you have not done this, if you have not been into your business manager, you need to get in there and you need to navigate and you need to learn this, because this is going to be the way that you do all of your social coming up within the next 6 months. You can schedule your posts in here. You can do everything that you need to. You can see your Facebook and Instagram notifications. You can see right here. Sorry, everybody on Clubhouse, you can't see right this second, but you can see messages right there. Those are both Facebook and Instagram messages that are coming in through the one application. And this is the mobile version. The mobile version is not as user-friendly, plentiful as the desktop version. I would say, so highly recommend getting into the desktop version and learning the navigation of that and how that operates, which we'll talk about in a moment as well. You will need to get your commerce account verified with Facebook if you're going to be doing any sort of Facebook shopping. So, which again, I'll talk about in just a minute because it is a little bit confusing, but long story short, get into your business manager suite. Get your Facebook and your Instagram connected. You can share your stories to both at the same time. You can boost your post out to both platforms at the same time. You get access to your insights at the same time. So it's just a really great tool that we highly recommend using for yourself. Okay, Facebook commerce. So one of the biggest things that we have learned within the past few weeks is getting your Facebook shop connected. So, and if you have not dabbled down the Facebook commerce before, it is completely different than it used to be within 6 months. So 6 months ago. So 6 months ago, it was very easy. Everything was integrated. This was before the Instagram buyout switch that all this stuff happened. But so you could tag a product and it was super easy. If you had your Shopify store or your website, you could simply put in the link to your product and you could tag your product. That completely went away about 3-4 months ago. Okay, so when that happened, you could not tag your products. You could not do anything until the Facebook commerce just came out. So now with Facebook commerce, you have to get into your back end of your business manager suite and get in and go to your settings and verify your account. So if you have run into any Facebook issues with advertising, employment advertising, getting your business set up, if there's any notifications that you've had about your business assets, there's a lot of this stuff going on with Facebook right now that might be a little confusing for you. So if you are somebody who has had this happen to you, we would love to help you, because we have been diving and digging and have learned and have figured all of this stuff out. Okay, so this is something that we want to help you guys with as well, is getting your Facebook verification in business, your personal ID verified and your business. So now, in order to sell on Facebook, you have to be an established human being, because there's a lot of bots and automated things out there now. They want you to do your verification with your actual ID. You will now get a postcard in the mail, just like Google My Business, to verify yourself. After you go through that process, you then will go through the verification process for your business. And I know this sounds really in depth, because it is. And it is very confusing for the average consumer to get into the back end of your Facebook to try to figure this out. None of our clients would have been able to figure this out on their own. So it is something that, and only because, again, we have friends that literally work at Facebook, you guys, that have literally helped us do these things. So get your Facebook ID verified, get your business verified. You will then get your shopping cart connected. Highly recommend, if you are doing Facebook shopping, to drive in the shopping cart. There's 3 sections. You can either keep them on Facebook, you can bring them outside the app, or you can use your own shopping cart. They make your own shopping cart the very last section. Highly recommend that. It doesn't change any way that it displays for that user, but you want your users to go to your website. Facebook wants you to stay on Facebook. So just make sure that you kind of have all of the controls with your shopping cart and how you set it up, and that you're actually taking the traffic to your website. Very important for you as a user. And if they shop through you, you might want them to stay on your website a little bit longer, right? So that's the goal. So Facebook commerce, you guys, is a huge trend for 2022. And to that point, TikTok is coming out with some social commerce trends. Like, you're going to be able to, within the next few months, shop a video. So right now you can only shop photos. Soon enough, you're going to, on Instagram, you can shop videos.
Yes, on your Instagram Reels, you can tag your products in your videos, so they can still shop those just like your social media posts.
Yep. So, and again, how does this apply to your business? If you're creating short format reels that showcase your product or your services, you can tag those products and have that integrated with your shopping cart, just like Cal said. So it's creating content that is engaging and having an action item. So pairing the two is going to be your best results. And that's why social commerce is literally going to be something that really helps customers along their journey. And we love websites. Websites are absolutely amazing. They're great. But where we're moving right now is truly, people want to stay on social media and they want to stay on Google. And the more that they can control that, Google and Facebook, they will. So just the more that you can integrate and kind of be in that realm for your consumers, the better. Oh, and to that point too, just so you guys know, tagging products on Facebook, on Instagram, you can tag them both at the same time. Your Instagram shop is connected through your Facebook shop. So you have to integrate the two, and it displays through your Facebook. So just so you know, when you're setting up your Instagram shop, you actually have to go into Facebook. So you cannot create it without getting into Facebook first. Okay, Instagram tips. We're not going to really go through all of these, but these are just kind of our gift to you guys to keep you navigating and using Instagram to the best of its ability. Obviously, we want you guys to be posting daily. Instagram, the algorithm, if you're posting daily, you're going to get boosted. You're going to get higher engagement. You're going to get higher visibility. If you're posting daily, we highly recommend doing at least 3 stories a day if you're trying to grow your audience. If you do a post and 3 stories, why do we recommend that? Because what happens is if a user follows you and they if a user follows you or sees your content, if they see your stories as well, it is building that connection and taking them one step further. And typically, whenever you get a follower or a new follower, they're going to look at your stories, or they'll look at your stories before they follow you. And if you have a bunch of content, they're going to like it, hopefully, and they're going to engage. So this is just kind of our slide to you. I'm not going to go over all of the Instagram tips today. It's a little a little irrelevant to what we're talking about, but definitely take a peek at these, set up your bio, always
do
be
a revamp
consistent
of your current profile too. Go in, look at it, make sure your profile picture is sized correctly. It is what you want. Your bio has good information, call to actions, make sure your highlight bubbles. If you don't know what those are, that's where you can put those stories. Even though your stories are ephemeral and they go away, they are archived. So you can save them, and that's where you can put them, or on those highlight bubbles underneath your profile. So make sure maybe before you do your engagement, before you start really diving into everything that we're teaching you, make sure your profiles are aesthetically pleasing. So when they go back to that, they're okay, this looks good, I'm following this person.
Exactly. And that goes to your branding, your visuals, everything, your colors,
aesthetic,
all of this. And if you guys need to, how do you set up your bio? How do you make a great bio? Right. On our Instagram profile, it's a little ways back, but we do have a Instagram bio setup. Or send us a message directly and we will send you our bio setup strategy. We have that as well. So that's literally created and we'll just shoot that over to you. So again, Instagram tips, you can reference this at the end. We're going to keep pushing forward here because we have a lot to go through. So to social commerce, now we have the newest, other biggest trend is augmented reality. So I know this is a lot to digest. This has a lot to do with the metaverse. This has a lot to do with very forward thinking and where we're going with technology and how to at least think about or forward think about what's going to be happening in the digital realm
and how it might affect your business.
100%. So you guys, right now, augmented reality is the biggest piece of what it is in the metaverse, to be completely honest, is it's for business to business interaction where you can go in and you can create rooms, you can host. It's basically like Zoom, but in real life. So, and again, there's so many different things. There's different VR sets. There's different levels to fully submerge. There's your entry level submerge into VR. There's your fully submergence where you have your headset on and the senses and all these different things. And I know this is a lot to digest, but you need to be forward thinking of what are you going to be doing with your business a year from now, 5 years from now? Should you be talking to software developers? Should you be talking to people to help you create an online space for your business? We're buying virtual real estate right now all over the world because what's going to happen in 10 years from now is Little Petoskey, Michigan is going to be a full virtual Petoskey, Michigan, and there's going to be coastal properties here on the point in Harbor Springs, and people are going to be building their virtual homes and having people come into their virtual homes. And I know that seems insane, but that is where we're going, and that's Absolutely. What technology is doing, and it's already happening, you guys. So there are the metaverse, you guys, there's Sandbox, there's all of the different decentral world. There you can get in a VR right now and you can go and communicate and integrate and interact with people all over the world. This is happening and it is very crazy scary, and also can be crazy lucrative for the right business. This could be something that could literally change your whole way that you do your business. A few of our clients are in the construction, design, architect realm. They are home building. They're in home building. They use AutoCAD. They do virtual drawings right now. These are the types of businesses that this is already going to be more so like within the next 6 months, integrating into VR and creating, again, with COVID and everything that's happening, we're going more and more to a virtual world, and we're doing more Zooms and we're doing these more things.
And that lends on conveniency. That's where it's really playing a factor is that your business being convenient and being in that digital realm so we can have everything that we need almost instantaneously.
And to that point, so like designers, like within a couple of years, like you can literally be designing homes virtually and doing all of the things that you need to be doing. So what does that mean? Having a virtual meeting in a room with an avatar or designing a house and
walk
having
through your rendering.
Yes, walk through your whole rendering or your architectural design, like sitting in the room real time with your designer, talking about the things that you like and you don't like. This is where we're going. And how does that apply to your business? I don't 100% know right at this moment, but we would love to have that conversation and talk with you about that, because it is very important for you as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, or if you're working for a company, to be thinking about these things, because it is coming and it is happening. We're going to get a VR set for our office space. I know that sounds crazy, but we have big plans where we are going to have gurus nationwide. We're going to have our guru certification program, and we're going to be meeting with our gurus virtually in our virtual spaces. We're going to be building out our virtual spaces. And it's just really cool for us, like with our design backgrounds. We know AutoCAD, you guys. We literally like designed houses in AutoCAD, and to see like what Adobe has done with the virtual space is insane. Like we can create a product and we can put it into any virtual room that we want. It's the trying on makeup, all of the different suggestions we have here. It's insane. So we highly recommend at least diving into learning about these things for forward thinking for your business.
Absolutely.
Okay, trend number 1 that we haven't talked about yet, and it's not really a trend, but this is something we also want you to take away today.
Right.
If you aren't looking at your insights, you need to be. Right. Okay, so your insights are your customer tracking behavior. It is telling you everything that you need to know about what's working. If you're not in the green consistently, you're not doing something right. Okay, so that is something that we pride ourselves in. We take screenshots weekly and we send them out to our clients because we want them to know that we're continuing to grow. Okay, so and consistently, right? So it's not just a daily thing or a bi-daily thing. It's a consistent effort that needs to go in, and you will always be in the green. Right. You will notice if you don't have time to do a post that day and you put a post out last minute and it is a last second post that doesn't have a picture of a human in it or a dog, your engagement's going to drop. And that it's every element of what you're doing, the data will tell you where your improvements need to be made. If your engagement's low, maybe you need to be creating better posts. People don't like what you're putting out. Maybe you need to be doing video. Maybe you need to be out and about doing community different things. Like community posts, you guys, they're so underrated and people don't really think about it. But like, how do you build community on social media? By being in the community. And how do you do that in the community? Being in the community. So going down to the bay, and I know we're in Petoskey, everybody on Clubhouse, you guys probably don't know what we're talking about, but we have a beautiful bay here, Little Traverse Bay. For all of our clients, we will go around the bay. We will go to Harbor Springs. We will go downtown. We will go and get community photos. We'll take photos of other businesses and tag them. There's so much opportunity to grow and to share, and utilizing different pieces of engagement or ways that you can raise your engagement is how are you going to get those results. So looking at what the data is telling you, making sure that you're driving traffic to your website. Do you have strong call to actions in place? Comparing content, you guys, that's an easy way to go back through your last social media posts and see the last ones that perform very well. Look at what time they were posted. Look at what kind of content it was. Look at your messaging in that post and keep doing more of that. And then if you drop off a little bit, you need to adapt and you need to rework things and you need to you need to keep changing to meet the needs of your consumer. And again, it's looking at the data and seeing, you guys, you can go in your Instagram, you can go in your Facebook, you can see what times your people are most active. Typically across the board, it's anywhere between but right around 11 is a hot spot, right around 9 a.m. is a hot spot, and then again between 2 and 3 is a hot spot. And I will tell you, we have a lot of people post at peak time. You don't want to post at peak time. You want to post before peak time. So then when you get boosted in the algorithm as people are liking your posts, once you get to that peak time, you're consistently that post that's at the top. So that is the goal. And again, using the data to help you implement different things is going to help you a lot. So look at the data, see what it's saying. If you don't know how to decipher it, give us a call. We would love to help you and sit down with you. Okay.
Thank you so much, you guys.
And that was all of the biggest trends for 2022 that we have for you guys right now. We know things are changing and evolving every single day.
And your business has to too.
Yeah, your business has to. It's all about adapting. Like we just said, all of the Facebook stuff we just learned within the past 6 months has been an absolute cumbersome task and it's been crazy, but we learned it and now we get to share that knowledge with our customers and our clients and with you guys. So again, feel free to reach out if you have any specific questions. I know that we're not going to open this up to questioning on Clubhouse. We did not do a live format here, but I do want to give an opportunity. We do have Carrie here on our webinar. Carrie, if you want, feel free to enter any questions. If you have, you can unmic or you can drop them in the box. We'll be happy to answer them. And then what we're going to be doing, you guys, as well, we are going to be trying to do a live webinar once a month, whether we're going over strategies, trends, things that are happening in the digital realm. we have a lot of knowledge that we want to share with our community, and what better way to do that than live video and streaming. So feel free again to reach out with any questions, email us with anything, call us. We would love to help. We are located here in Petoskey, Michigan, but we do work hopefully across the United States. We're trying to branch out and reach new markets. So if you do need something, we would love to help you. So thank you guys again for joining, and reach out with any questions. You guys will get this full recording and an email follow-up. It'll probably be either the end of the day today or first thing tomorrow. We do have to download this rendering and the video, and then we will get that to you guys as soon as possible. So thank you again, and have a great day.
Thank you.
I know I was just checking the inbox, please. All right, we're off Clubhouse, and I'm thanking Carrie really quick. Oh, okay, she's gone.
You're still recording.